Nikol
Pashinyan has declared a point of no return in his relations with the CSTO and is intensifying relations with France. What does this mean for regional security, for Azerbaijan in particular?
It means a direct threat, which we have repeatedly spoken about both publicly and in my talks with the Armenian Prime Minister. We conveyed our concerns to him. We have also communicated our concern to the government of France, to the leadership of the United States, which, during the Biden administration, changed its balanced approach to countries of the South Caucasus and embarked on a path of unilateral support for Armenia. There are plenty of examples showing that these threats are quite serious. The weapons that Macron's government is supplying to Armenia are offensive weapons, lethal weapons that pose a practical threat to Azerbaijan. Given the fact that our border with Armenia is more than 1,000 kilometers long, many settlements are close to the border, and former refugees are returning to most of these settlements. We, of course, cannot be mere bystanders in this process. We have repeatedly informed Armenia and its patrons in the US State Department that this must be stopped, but unfortunately, we have not been heard. The process of arming Armenia is going on at an alarmingly fast pace. We are monitoring everything that is going on now as much we can. From a technical point of view, given the depth of the Armenian territory, it is not particularly difficult to do this today. France, of course, is the leader in this issue. India is in the second place, and the United States is in third. Although France and India do not hide the fact that they supply lethal weapons to Armenia, they even somehow brag about it, probably in an effort to annoy us. The USA does not admit it. We, however, have tracked military transport planes that landed in Armenian airports and carried weapons there. We naturally had to take adequate measures. Our military budget for 2025 will be record high. It is about $5 billion. We are forced to do that. We would not spend at least 60% of this amount if there were no such threats. We would spend it on the reconstruction of Karabakh, on social payments, etc. But we are forced to do it, and we will do it. I believe that this is a detrimental path. First of all, Armenia will not stand the arms race with us, despite the fact that they get most of the arms from the West for free or on loan, which of course will be written off. But even in this case, they will not withstand an arms race with us. They should not forget the results of the Second Karabakh War and the anti-terror operation of September 2023. They should also realize that despite the maximum support from Macron's regime, as well as the US State Department, if they plan yet another provocation against us here on the ground, no one will help them. After all, how did Macron help them in 2020 or 2023? Did he support them by holding them by the arm? Or I don't know by what other place? That's it. We know very well what he is capable of. So, we have been informing, and will continue to inform the Armenian sponsors. Conditionally speaking, the Soros people in Washington, both within the framework of negotiations and within the framework of the Delimitation Commission, working between Armenia and Azerbaijan, that this must stop. But if it continues, it will mean that there should be no claims against us afterwards either.